there, Deborah Donaldson here, and in today's video I wanted to talk about the 7 things that golf has taught me about being a solopreneur. If you are new to my channel, Success with Deborah D, I do review of affiliate products and software, as well as some videos on mindset tips to help you grow your business online. And so make sure if you are new to my channel that you click that notification bell and the subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up, which will really help me in the Google algorithm. So like I said, today we'll be talking about 7 lessons that I've learned from golf that I think apply to being a solopreneur. One of the things you may have heard is the biggest obstacle is the 6 inches between your ears. And I think this is true not only in golf, but also in business. Your mindset can really make a difference either for good or for bad. So the thing with golf is there's so much time to think that it's really easy for your doubts and preconceived notions of yourself to really get in the way. And the same is true with being a solopreneur. Typically you're, by yourself in your office, working away, without a lot of input or social interaction. And one of the common things that happens is, again, it's very easy for your mindset or preconceived notions or ideas on earning money or making sales can get in the way of building your business. So the 6 inches between your ears is, I think, one of the biggest things to pay attention to, and if you can control what goes on in your mind, then you'll have much better success in your business. The other thing with golf that I've learned is sometimes the harder you try, the worse you do. Now, I've noticed this when I get up to hit the ball, and in my mind I think, oh, I'm gonna swing really, I don't think I'm gonna swing really hard, but I'm thinking, oh, this shot's gonna be so good, I'm gonna just smash it and it's just gonna go for miles. What usually ends out happening when I have thoughts like that is I top the ball, it just dribbles down the front or something, and the end result is nowhere near what I had visualized in my mind. And part of that is because I was trying so hard to hit the ball far. And I think this is true also with building a business. Sometimes the harder you try, the more difficult it is, and you end up coming across as a little bit desperate in what you're doing, and people can sense that. And so the end result isn't anywhere near what you're anticipating because you're trying harder and harder, and oh, this is gonna be so great. And you push, and as you are pushing harder and harder, people are backing up further and further thinking, oh, holy crap, this person's really desperate. So keep in mind sometimes that the harder you try, the worse you're gonna do. And I don't want to give the impression that you don't have to work, because you do. But I'm trying to think of a good way to say this, in that if you can kind of stay within yourself and go with the flow and stay relaxed in the process, things will go much better for you. So this kind of ties into number 3 in terms of enjoying the process more than the outcome. And this really ties into trying too hard, because if you can enjoy the process of what you're doing in terms of either helping people or providing value, creating videos or creating your blog post, connecting with people, actually going through the process and kind of getting out of yourself, things will go much better. And the same is true with golfing and putting especially. If you focus on your process and what you do each time, step by step, and focus on that instead of the outcome of making the putt, you're going to be much more relaxed and you're going to be much more likely to make the putt. So Again, enjoy the process of what you're doing. And if you're not enjoying it, again, people are going to be able to tell that you're not enjoying it, and that you're not in the moment, and that you might be feeling desperate. And they're going to be backing away from you, and you're not going to connect the way that you think. Item number 4 is one of the things that makes golf challenging, and I think different from a lot of other sports. I've played tennis and soccer, field hockey, all these other sports as well. And with the other sports, everything is instantaneous. Tennis, you don't have time to think. It's bam, bam, bam. You know, you're volleying the ball back and forth across the net, just reacting. Quick reaction times. So your responses are kind of more instinctual. With golf, you might have like 10 minutes between shots. So say you hit a really good shot, then you've got, while you're walking to the ball and other people are taking their turn hitting the ball, your brain can just go into like hyperdrive, thinking about, oh, that shot went really well. What did I do? Where were my hands? What about my backswing? Where was my elbow? You know, and it just gets so overwhelming. And then when you get up to hit the ball again, you're all tense and thinking about, oh, what did I do last time? My hands were this. And so it takes the instinct reaction out of it, and your brain just has too much time to think about what's going on. And this, again, ties into the number 1 big obstacle between your ears, the 6 inches, because your brain has time to really try and analyze everything, you know. And if you hit the ball crappy, what did you do wrong? How could you, why did it go like that? Oh, I swung too hard. Oh, I did this. Oh, I did that. And there's so many different things going on. It's very easy to get your brain too involved in the process and really mess your game up. So the same is true with being an entrepreneur. Do the process, take the steps. Because you're by yourself, as a solopreneur working on stuff, say in the evening, it's really easy for your brain to just get involved and start thinking about, oh, well, you know, I can't do this because of that, or I'm uncomfortable, you know, selling to my friends, or I don't know how to make friends, or I'm shy, so I can't do this. And so different excuses will pop up. And because you don't have the same support system, you know, like you may have if you were in a work situation with a group of people, it's really easy for your mindset to go down, or to be blocked by your preconceived notions that may or may not be true. Number 5 is, as a golfer, you know, trying to improve, people will sometimes read magazines and, oh, I'll try that. Oh, that sounds good. And this reminded me of actually the shiny object syndrome with being an online entrepreneur, in that, you know, you jump from, oh, well, I'll try this program. Oh, you do it once or twice, and oh, that didn't work. I'm going to pay the money for this other program. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, that didn't work. And you jump from program to program to program, and any one of those things may have worked if you focused on it and gave it full attention. But because you're busy jumping around, there's no way, you're really not giving yourself a chance of success. And with golf, you know, if you read in a magazine, you know, put your hands this way, you know, you might try it a couple of times and then, oh, well, that didn't work. I'm going to try something else. And then read the next book on 10 tips to improve the distance of your drive, and try each one once or twice. And, you know, if they may or may not work, you know, you're on to the next thing. And before you know it, your golf game is messed up big time. And your solopreneur business is also messed up big time, because you're so confused now on what you should do, because you think nothing works and you're discouraged and you've spent all this money and life just isn't going the way that you want. So this ties into my next one, which is find a mentor, or in golf, a coach. So in online business, it's super, super, super important to have a mentor that has been where you've been, who can really help you in deciding what activity is really going to make the biggest difference in your business. So easy to get caught up doing all these ancillary things that you think, oh, I'm busy, but really you're not doing anything that's going to make a difference with your finances. So if you have someone, a coach who has gone through what you've gone through, can tell you, don't mess around with this, just let that go, focus over here, this is where your attention needs to be, you're going to experience success much sooner than you would have otherwise. And the same is true with golf. If you decide to take lessons, find one person that you connect with that speaks your language, stick with that person, do what they say, and take the steps and start working on it. If you're just jumping around from, well, this person said this and this person said this, and you're going to just end up being messed up. So finding a coach or a mentor is critical, super important. And then number 7, just know that you're going to get worse before you get better. And this is true, I think, no matter what you do. I remember playing tennis and then getting a lesson to change the way that I serve the ball. And once I started implementing what the instructor said, I couldn't do it the new way, and I couldn't go back to do it the old way. So I felt like I was totally messed up for a while before things really started to sink in and start making sense and started getting to be habit with what I was doing. And the same is true with golf. You have a lesson, and before you know it, you can't do things the way you did, and you can't do it the new way. Your golf game goes down, your handicap or your score goes up, and this is where a lot of people just give up or say, throw up their hands, forget it. But you really need to break through that, because that is where things are going to make a difference. Things are going to get better if you stick with it. And the same is true with doing YouTube videos. I know darn well my YouTube videos are slowly getting better the more that I do. I know darn well my first bunch of videos were horrible, but I keep doing them. I keep getting better each time. I keep putting in the time and the effort to make things better and do better. And same with writing my blog. My first number of articles, forget about it. And then each time I do one, I work more on finding better images, writing better quality articles, things like that. So it takes time to get better, and a lot of times you have to go through getting worse before you get better. I don't consider myself a super outgoing person when I'm in a group. I feel like I'm more of an introvert or shy, and it's breaking through that's making the difference, and keeping at it and being stubborn and not wanting to give up. And so to recap, the 7 things I've learned is manage the 6 inches between your ears. Sometimes the harder you try, the worse you get. And the worse things go. Enjoy the process and enjoy what you're doing more than the actual income. Control, you have lots of time to think. And if you can get things done and then take a little break and give your mind a rest and enjoy people, do something different, and not feel so desperate, things will go better. So controlling your mind again. Getting away from the shiny object syndrome for sure, and just sticking with something long enough that you can actually see a benefit. That one is super critical. Finding a mentor or trainer, this will make a huge difference, because I know for myself there's been a lot of times where I feel like, oh, I'm super busy, I don't have time to do anything. And yet the activities that I was doing were not actually moving me towards my goals. So finding someone who can point that out to you and help you determine what are the best, most effective activities to do at this time is going to be super critical. And just know that you're going to go through a period of time where you get worse before you get better. And just know that. And is the sky going to fall? No. You know, your family will still love you. Things will, you know, you may not reach immediately where you want to be, but it's a process. And it takes time to learn how to do something. And I know for myself, you know, I've been through college and, you know, years and years of training to do what I do for my work. And my online business is the same way. In some ways, it may take longer because I'm doing it in the evening and on the weekends. So my concentrated time on my business is a little bit less. But the benefit to that is that I get to do it from home. And I'm not out traveling around, and so that's awesome just in itself, and so worth it. I love helping people, and I hope you have gotten some value from this video. 7 tips that golf has taught me about being a solopreneur.